Forgive me, Father. I've sinned. It's been 1 month since my last confession. Never seen Event Horizon. Been watching Big John Bosch videos online.
Bosch.
Wait a minute, can you back up a little bit and say that again?
Been watching Big John Bosch videos online.
Bosch.
No, not that one. Back up a little more.
Never seen Event Horizon.
Do you realize what you said?
Time to make amends. The 1997 sci-fi horror from everyone's favourite director this year, Paul Thomas Anderson. No. Oh, it's Paul W.S. Anderson. Okay, yeah, the guy who makes the Resident Evil schlop. I was young when it was released, about 13, 14, so I was too fresh-faced to sneak into the cinemas to see it. And it didn't get the best buzz, so it wasn't one that I ever thought, I need to see it. Recently, they did a 25th anniversary 4K Blu-ray release, so it got a bit more buzz, and I think since then there's been an uptick on social media, people talking about how, oh, this is a great horror film, one you need to see. Since then it's been on my horizon. There's something about firing up a movie from that late 90s period where we're touching CG coming into movies. I'm thinking we're post-Terminator at this point, we're pre-Matrix. Really love is they're still reliant on set design, practical effects. For me, science fiction doesn't have that kind of grounded feel to it anymore. You think back to Alien, you think to Blade Runner, you think to a lot of these movies where you've got a futuristic vision, but it's grounded in the day's technology. Take a movie like Prometheus, for example, compare it to this one. There's something about the sheen, the gloss, the touch screens, but they're projections, holograms, this kind of stuff. And I get it, we're now in 2025, but I just like that retro look to it. The set design in this, I was all in. I felt like I was watching something that could realistically be a ship that humanity built, sent into the far reaches of space, and then it's come back. The Event Horizon itself, it's got some very interesting gothic art designs around the core, the kind of MacGuffin piece. The plot is relatively simple. We have a ship, the Event Horizon, that was meant to go out on its maiden voyage and go to the deepest realms of space. It disappeared. They call it the worst space disaster to happen. And suddenly 7 years later, this distress signal comes out. So Lawrence Fishburne, the captain of a kind of search and rescue deep space operation, gets together a crew along with this doctor played by Sam Neill, who's kind of brought into to come along with them, and they go out to recover the Event Horizon, to find out what happened and hopefully save what remains of the crew. When they get there, it's clear, shit has hit the fan. Through the course of this, we find out Sam Neill's character actually designed the Event Horizon, and it's got this thing called the core. It generates a black hole, allowing them to warp space. The idea being you can never go faster than the speed of light, so to get to further reaches in a shorter time, they fold the fabric of space and time over. Like we said at the top, this is a sci-fi horror. The ship has basically gone to another dimension, a hellish dimension, and this evil has kind of infested the crew. We see video later on of them just mutilating each other. And then this evil's kind of within the ship, and it starts getting to our characters, and all kind of nefarious things happen. There's some really interesting ideas and some real great hooks in this film, but you just feel it's trying to do too much. But then you can see its inspiration as well. The video game Dead Space kept popping into my head as I was watching this. The idea of, a crew off out somewhere, awakening some kind of evil in it. The cast of this is something that jumps off there right away. I mean, Lawrence Fishburne, Morpheus, Sam Neill, they're two great established actors. At this point, Sam Neill's already been in Jurassic Park. Lawrence Fishburne is pre-Matrix, but he's been established from Platoon. He's been established from his roles in King of New York. and Boys in the Hood. You also have Sean Pertwee, Jason Isaacs, Jodie Richardson. This film has got a great cast. It's got a promising script. It's got a lot of ingredients and doesn't quite live up to the sum of its parts. I think a big part of that is Paul W.S. Anderson. When reading up on the film, I found out that Paramount Pictures actually had to rush it through filming and editing because Titanic wasn't going to hit state. There was a delay to that, so they needed this kind of next tentpole movie to come out to keep the coffers flowing. Compromisation has caused it to not quite hit the heights it could have done. I think the film has got a cult following since, and you can see why. It works. It works in many ways. It's very graphic and gory in places. You can see it's heavily inspired by The Shining, the idea of this kind of abandoned ship versus a hotel, evil manifesting, and I think the film's failures lie with Paul W.S. Anderson as the director. The tone is off in places. And that's a problem because the cast across the board do fantastic work with what they're given, and if you give direction to the cast to play it in a certain way and then that tonally jars against what other members of the cast are doing, that's a directing problem across the board. I mean, Sam Neill, you're totally sold on his character the way through it, but then there's certain line deliveries or certain places where it's very odd.
Where we're going, we won't need eyes to see.
That comes down to directing choice. MVP of this, Captain Miller, Lawrence Fishburne.
That's it! That's enough! That's enough! I want you calm, I want you cool, now!
He is such a presence. Captain, oh my Captain. I think 6.6 IMDb is pretty fair. And that's a kind of an okay score for their website. I'm glad I watched it. It was a good Halloween watch as well.
Would you like to know more?